Oh, mercy, Tina's right on it. Hi there. How are you, honey? Cannot keep my earphones in. You doing all right today? Can you hear me okay? And there's that lag. StreamYard waiting to send 20 through. Oh my goodness. Be sure and thumbs up if you're watching the replay. And you're watching now. And Miss CJ Blaze and Donna D. Need to turn me on. Murphy's Law, El Michelle. How is everybody? It is cold and snowy in southern West Virginia. I swear, I hate where that's just all black and white, won't give me any colors. Miss Jay Stone, Tom Collins, SD Mountain Man, hi there. Carolyn Lowe, how are you? Grant Harper, Herman F., how are you, honey? Barefoot Lass, cold in PA, it's cold here too. Let's see, live, 10, let's see, is that 10 o'clock earlier? Oh, 19. Let me put my glasses on. I reckon. Do me good. I have done nothing this livelong day. I know that I'm not seeing that right. Yeah, I am Kelly D. Hi, honey. I was looking for Kelly B. Now I got Kelly D. Oh, Brian Woodring. Hi there, buddy. How are you? Oh, Tom, let me tell you what. A little bit of makeup and sitting on your behind, you can fool anybody. Oh, I have been feeling better. I just didn't have a good day today. Nathan, Kits, how are you? Oh, I'm not as bad as I was 2 weeks ago. Always a little better. I'm not going to complain. Trying to stay warm in Maryland. Let me tell you, it has been cold here. In the teens at night. Ooh, I don't go out when it's cold. 28 degrees in North Carolina. Good grief. That is something else. I don't remember when I lived there it got that cold. That is crazy. Terry, hi there. From California. You know, I'm surprised to know how cold in May it was in California. I was in Anaheim and went to Huntington Beach. I like to freeze myself to death. I wasn't at Huntington Beach long, I'll tell you. Virginia Prepper, hi, honey. Virginia Prepper's one of our heroes. He was on the front lines in Richmond today. Oh, Mississippi Patriot, hi, how are you? Last week it was in the 70s. I don't remember last time we saw 70s fall. Let me see. Got 29. It's not early. Everybody's rolling in slow. No, Tom, I didn't feel an earthquake. Listen, our coal mine shafts rattle and roll. I don't know if we had an earthquake if we had paid any attention, unless it was a big one. We've never had a big one here, just little bitty ones. Don't amount to anything. All righty, y'all saw I was bringing Hoosier Patriot on, so I'm going to send D. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So good to see everybody. Phone problems kept you away? Well, I am so glad. Yeah, that you're all fixed up and with us again. And Jay Stone put on the WVPM news. If you all have not subscribed, if you go subscribed, well, I'm glad you're doing good, D, to that channel, because eventually it's only going to have news over there and commentary over here. We're eventually going to get it the way it's supposed to be. Thank you, Peggy. Honey, let me tell you, 30 minutes ago, I was in a ponytail and pajamas, no makeup. I flat ironed this sucker. I hadn't even flattened it since I'd washed it. It was all a big woolly mess. But thank you. Yeah, I'm lucky. My hair, I've got healthy hair. It'll straighten out. I have just enough curl in it till it looks like a shaggy dog. Boss Coming. Good evening, darling. I hope I said your name right. Let's see. I've got Prescott Caliber Club still texting. He's a driving and a texting. Well, I'm sure he's doing the voice thing or hands free. JF, hi there. Glad you caught me live too. You've been real sick. Oh, I've been covering Virginia. I've got some of the bills on some of the other videos and on the West Virginia, the WVPM news. I've got a couple over there. You get couch chat. Yes, you do. My big computer's broke and my legs are bothering me, so I need to be in the recliner. So, yeah, we got couch chat. Yes, you remember couch chat. Only the ones that have been here with me since the beginning remember couch chat. Man, we used to stay up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning just a yakking. Terry, thank you. You're a hairdresser? Well, boy, I'll tell you what, I'll let you come and do my hair. I felt real bad. It's time to do my roots. I put that color powder in my part. Oh, my goodness. And Jay Stone put my Patreon up. Always remember, I don't ask or expect anything, but anything you do is appreciated. But yes, I'm on the couch because my computer's messed up again. Lillian, hi there. Good evening. Donna Burge. They were at the rally to start trouble. Really not. Fiction. Did 3 awesome videos. Caught them changing clothes and planning in the live stream audio. Glad it turned out well. Yes, I heard Scott County Gun Owners channel. Or was it maybe, no, wait a minute. Was it Virginia Prepper? Did you tell me, hi, Kelly, 2334? Somebody, I think it was Virginia Prepper, told me they had Annie drinking her Tifa, caught them, rounded them up, surrounded them by police, kept them on off street. Excuse me. Sinuses. Tracker JP. How are you, buddy? Kimmy K. Ron, hi there. Sunny Preps from Pittsburgh. Yeah, you're not far across the wahoo. It's West Virginia. Well, sweet Liberty. Thank you, honey. I love y'all to pieces. You may fade fast. Well, I'm going to go ahead and see if I have got well, gosh, I didn't know the title of what I titled that thing was up in that corner. I'm going to go ahead and get Who's Your Patriot on here. I don't remember what he's wanting to talk about. We made this plan about a week ago. Listen, right after I'm done with the MS relapse, my memory is horrible. Yep, it saved his little email. I had to text him and say, did we make arrangements for you to go live with me? Oh, mercy. I'm glad he remembered because I wasn't sure. Wait a minute. What's it doing? I don't want Gmail again. Okay. Exit out. I hit the wrong thing. Now, y'all could see me, but I couldn't see y'all. Let's see. What's Sweet Liberty saying there? Let me tell you what. That is the craziest thing, Sweet Liberty. Only moderators can post the American flag. What sense does that make? We're in America. We should be able to post our own flag. It is just crazy. Maria Blackwell, honey, you sent me messages and I didn't get them because I was asleep. I've been having a time with my MS. I've been taking a lot of naps. But I did get your messages. I love you, honey. Haven't meant to ignore you. Pool noodle. I know a lot of people you sent my way are in here. Thank you, everyone. Just loaded a video with these. Well, good. I'm glad we could send some people your way. Mississippi Patriot, we need to get you on screen. I love helping people grow. We got Virginia Prepper over 2,000 last week. That just thrilled me to death. Anybody we can help grow. Because listen, I've got the numbers I've got because people have helped me. Driving back to oh, Prepper Smith. Hi there. I did not realize you were in Richmond. Did you meet up with Caliber Club and Virginia Prepper and oh, they met up with American Joe? Man, I wish I could have been there. Who was that? So that Prepper Smith? Driving back to Texas from Richmond. Well, I'm telling you what's the truth. You're probably going right by me. Prepper Smith, you going through West Virginia? Who's your Patriot, honey? I sent you the link. If you're watching. You been napping too? Yes, cold weather hurts with MS. Yes, it does, honey. You know that. Prepper Smith, yes, ma'am, here and accounted for. Well, I'm not too awful far from the interstate, so I'll wave. James Lilly. Well, welcome, honey. Thank you so much for being here with us. I love my old subs, my mid subs, my new subs. I love everybody. We just have a good time here. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. We'll be serious. I'll get sassy. Lord, get me on a topic I'm passionate about. Woo! Gets my blood going. Let me tell you. He was there with Douglas. Yes, he was there. Yes, yes, yes. What year did West Virginia become a state? Wasn't it 1863 or something like that? 1863, I think. They started it in 61, maybe it's 62, maybe it's 1863. They started it and it was ratified and approved December 31st, 61, and we became a state June something 63. Lord, don't test me on my West Virginia history. Morgan, hi there. Always the calm before the storm. You feel it? Sure it is. Closer we get to that election, let me tell you, and I truly, truly believe with everything in my soul that if everybody had not been reporting that it was leaked out that Annie Drinking or Tifa was going to be there, let me tell you what, old Tim Kaine didn't want to look bad. His boy was there, going to do what his daddy wanted him to do. Lillian, iodine helps muscles. It does? What did you say name in for, JF? I missed it. I'm behind. As usual, I do this when I'm modding too, so don't feel bad. Budget Bushcraft, how are you? Midwest folks, gotta love this weather. Yeah, let me tell you what, it's cold here. It's gonna be in the teens again tonight. Yes, let me tell you, sweet Liberty. Everybody was nice, shaking hands with the police officers. Police officers were shaking hands, thanking the Patriots for being there, discussing their weapons they had with them. Carver, how are you? Carver, I don't know how to say your screen name, honey. Yeah, Tina, I'm telling you, it don't take a whole lot to get me stirred up and riled up over several topics. Not a sheep. Hi there. Central Kentucky. Yes, they made us proud. They were awesome. My state's made me proud. I've always loved my state. I think it's pretty, been in more than half the states. I always thought my state was pretty, but I didn't mind when I moved away 2 different times, once to Ohio and once to, hey, Chris, my accent sounds strange. Central Florida Prepper. Hi, honey. Just stopping by to say hello. Will you spend time with that pretty wife of yours? Give her a big old hug and kiss for me. Tell her I said hello. Love ya. Love both of ya. Yes, I'm in southern West Virginia. Now, if you go from the middle part of the state north, they sound like Pennsylvania. The eastern panhandle sounds like Ohio. The eastern panhandle sounds like Maryland. But we start the Bible Belt here with all the southern accents. But I'm not as southern as like the Kentucky border part of the state. Woo, let me tell you, they are southern talkers. I'll sleep. West Virginia is awesome. Oh, 11 years ago, Camp Creek. Yes, my in-laws have a fishing camp in Camp Creek. Love Camp Creek. Yes, we were all praying, JF. That could have been a mess and a half. Folks south of are you talking about the Mason-Dixon line? Don't have accents? No, not up there, they don't. They're from the middle of the state down, they do. Hey, Glad. 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 Let me text. Let me see. Well, Lord, I can't even text. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing old Hoosier Patriot the text. Forgot to tell him. Good to see you, Vlad. My brain's not working. Well, hi, Watcher 2. You're awful sweet. Thank you. Or you're probably talking to Jay Stone. Yeah, hey, beautiful Jay Stone. Well, thank you. Jay Stone is beautiful. I've met her in person. Yes, Trucker JP, you're a Yankee, but I still love you, honey. Ohio's not too bad. I lived in Ohio. Let's see who else we got. Phil Billy from Kentucky and in Colorado now. I love Kentucky. Now, Kentucky's a pretty state, too. The horse country, oh my goodness. Y'all ever get an opportunity to go to Kentucky, that's a good state to visit. Morgan from Cambridge, England. Been in the States since you were a toddler. How awesome is that? Well, Prepper Smith, some of those, one of them that doesn't have a letter R in their alphabet. Oh, okay. All right. Who's your Patriot? Yeah, they say caw and bah and want to make fun of the way I talk. Don't even know what R's in the alphabet. Pork and sauerkraut. My son made dinner and brought dinner to me tonight. Tenderized steak, gravy, mashed potatoes. Oh, watch her. I didn't mean to make you feel bad, honey. No, I'm old. Jay is young and pretty. All the other mods are beautiful. But thank you. John Hutchin, how are you? Josh has a Nerf fight. Josh Connor. Oh, Josh Connor. Hi, honey. I didn't see you. Good to see you. Oh, I like Louisville. Louisville's my favorite. Is there a trick to dehydrating zucchini? Do you have a dehydrator? Or are you trying to do it in the oven? You just dehydrate it till it's like a dried chip. But don't over dehydrate it. Don't let it get brown. 250 in your oven for like 6 hours or something. If you cut the pieces thinner you cut them, the faster they dehydrate. But if you have one of those, you can get a dehydrator for 40 or 50 bucks. Has 4 little trays. That's what we have. We do strawberries and bananas. Your fiance says you talk funny. She is a New Yorker, and I think she talks funny. However, we absolutely love West Virginia. We had an amazing view. Well, how about that? I'll tell you, North Carolina has good flea markets too. Holy cow. I got some of the most beautiful area rugs at one. I don't even know if it's still there or not. Keep looking for. See, I can't figure out how to add a profile picture on YouTube. YouTube is the only social media site I can't seem to upload a profile picture. Okay. Go to your channel and go to edit. And you can click on the little circle and it'll ask you if you want to take a picture or go to your album. And you go to your album. There's Hoosier Patriot. Constitutional Carpenter, good evening. Hey,
you
buddy,
doing?
how are you?
I'm all right.
Good, good. Still greeting everybody. I caught a second of your video and then I had to go get ready. I thought it was cute. You're right. They ain't a gun in the world to hurt anybody. It's somebody behind it. But let me tell you what, somebody called into Marfugal went on D Live today, and one of the bigger channels, and I cannot remember the name. And of course, he didn't upload it to YouTube, so I couldn't even go back and listen. Who it was telling that one of the bigger channels had scanned the crowd in Richmond today, and they uploaded
Mm-hmm.
it. And within 30 minutes, YouTube had taken their video down and sent them a notification that any type of guns, people holding guns, anything like that, was no longer going to be tolerated on YouTube. What do you think about that? I mean, my Lord.
I think they're going to lose a lot of business.
Yep. Hey, Ron 84 is my West Virginia neighbor. Let me tell you what. I understand that it's a platform that they don't charge us to be on. And, they're in charge of what they do. Now, I'm not going to be looking at chat now, y'all, so I might miss some stuff. So just remember, don't be talking to me. I might not see it. But if it's a platform that they're going to offer for us to use and they give us our own specific channels, I can understand they have rules especially no porn, no murder, nothing like that on it. But anything past something that breaks the law goes against our constitutional rights. My opinion.
They try to say that they're what's the phrase I'm looking for? A platform that an open forum platform.
Mm-hmm.
That they're a newspaper and want to edit everything that's in it. You can't do that. That you can't have it both ways.
Right.
It's one or the other.
Right.
If you want to have it that way, that's fine. But you don't get to have it both ways. And I really think
it was Dabu. It was the channel Dabu. He's a big channel. They took his video down 30 minutes. Thank you, whoever told me that.
Not surprised. I know a lot of people were live streaming and they kept shutting them down.
Yep. Well, and some people say, well, there was a lot of people trying to live stream. It was the bandwidth, but they had drones flying over. They had already told us that there were going to be some outages from Florida to Northern Virginia because of a military exercise. Hey, is that your doggy or cat?
Yeah, that's one of the cats.
That's a big cat, dude. Man, alive.
That's the little one.
You go broke feeding that cat.
She's only about 8 pounds. The big one's about 18.
18 pounds. Good Lord, I couldn't even pick up 18. Hey, Hillary, how are you? That's funny. What are we talking about tonight, buddy? I forgot.
Well, Virginia's fresh on everybody's minds. I like the video I just put up. It's amazing that the governor, what was it, a state of emergency he declared,
and left the state.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, and
hey Rita, we were too, honey.
That was Virginia was one of the last states that still allowed citizens to carry weapons in the state house, and they've never had an incident. But suddenly, it's not okay anymore. Watch, they'll probably have an incident or two now since it's illegal.
Yeah.
Legal.
Virginia Prepper was there, and he said that the live stream was blocked. Wait a minute. They had cell blocking towers that also had facial recognition cameras. What a surprise is that?
Yeah, not surprised. I'm actually glad it was cold weather, so people had an excuse to have scarves and stuff over their faces.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was good.
I know there were some Antifa there, but they didn't much want to play, I guess, with 100,000 plus Patriots there, most of them armed.
I heard they were rounded up and kept off on a side street till the rally was over.
Hadn't heard that.
I believe Virginia Prepper that was there had gotten that report.
Okay, I can believe that. I know there was an NRA rally this past spring in Indianapolis, and I was one of them. Went up to pull security for it.
Yeah,
and there's about 100. There's about 100 Antifa there, about 6 blocks away, but they didn't want to come over and play. So, there was too many of us, I guess.
Virginia Prepper said that Annie Drinking or Tifa was kept away to the south of the city. So.
Yeah. It just doesn't. I don't know. They have this rally every year.
Yes.
In Virginia.
It's lobby day.
Yeah. And I don't know how many of these bills have already been passed and made law. Any of them, or I don't know.
4
4
have
of them.
passed, 2 they dropped, but that's because they're rewriting them to make them worse.
Okay. Well, this was
And
just the.
more to be introduced. I need to get into some of those one day.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, this was just the beginning.
Oh
That
yeah.
there's no end in sight to this.
Those red flag laws are scary, man. They're unconstitutional.
Well, every gun law in the books technically is unconstitutional.
That's
Every single
true.
one.
You are
Um,
right.
it's amazing what we as a people have allowed to happen. And, they just, it's death by 1,000 cuts. They just, this one little thing down here, oh, you don't need bump stocks. Oh, well, you don't really need a bayonet lug. You don't need this on your gun. You don't need that. And before you know it, we're down to flintlocks. Then we step back and go, what happened? Well, you got to draw a line in the sand. And if they step over that, you got to shove them back. And
Yeah.
Virginia citizens better get to a recall vote and get these people out of office.
They are working on it. There's a
Thank
couple of
God for
different
that.
petitions going around. I know one of them has about 40,000 signatures, and then there was petitions at the rally today. They need 800,000 signatures to recall the governor.
And I think
So
they'll get them.
I think they will too. Now it's going to take some people getting out and beating the streets, but I don't
Yeah.
know anybody in the world that wouldn't sign it. And I'll guarantee you, all they'd have to do is go to their city and sheriff and state police departments, get a bunch of signatures, because those
Yeah.
old boys were glad the Patriots were there and were thanking them. Let's see.
Now,
I
I
was
did
going
see
to.
I saw some sheriff's deputies carrying signs today, but those would be the sheriff's deputies from counties that are probably already Second Amendment sanctuaries that have declared themselves as.
85 of the 95 counties are.
Yeah, and those were most likely deputies from those counties
Yeah.
with sheriff's consent.
Yes.
Like a video that I did a little while ago, you're not going to see
That
any
was a
state troopers.
that was a nice gun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you're not going to see any state troopers or city policemen doing what those deputies did today. If they did, they'd lose their jobs. And, rightfully so, because they aren't elected officials. They aren't even working for an elected official. State troopers and city policemen, yeah, they can be pro Second Amendment or anti Second Amendment, but when they're holding a position like that, we're not supposed to know anything about their political affiliation.
That's right. Supposed to stay neutral.
So, on the same token, they also have a duty to uphold their oaths, and
True.
their oath is to protect and defend the Constitution, both of their state and of the United States. So,
yes,
if
from
an unlawful order,
anything foreign or domestic. And these doggone elected officials are domestic tyrannists.
and if they're given an
Virginia
unlawful,
Prepper said he had the Richmond City Police thank him for being there today. That's impressive.
okay, yeah,
Good deal.
that was probably individual officers and not,
Yeah.
The department
Right.
stand. But saying that any of those officers, if they're given an unlawful order, they have a duty to not follow that order. Most of them, I don't see them not doing what they're told in the beginning, at least, because they want to keep their job. But the longer something goes on, the more police officers will realize that if they keep doing this, then they're part of the problem. There's nothing worse than somebody just saying, "I'm just following orders." You know, I dealt with that in the military, and I've seen it from police officers, and it just, if the order's unlawful, you have a duty to not follow it.
That's right.
So hopefully we'll have some people.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of our younger police officers are scared. The good old state troopers that we used to have in West Virginia, those were honorable men. If you were speeding, they'd pull you over and tell you, slow down, be careful. If they could tell you were inebriated driving, they'd let you call, so they'd call dispatch and say, call so-and-so's ride or call them a taxi, and treated people with respect. This new bunch, let me tell you what, I think they're just scared. I think that's why there's so many accidental shootings among the police departments.
Yeah, I touched on that too, that most of the cops around here are younger than me now. And like my dad's a retired Indiana State Trooper, and he did 34 years with them. And I used to know practically every trooper in the county. And now I know none of them. And I mean, that's okay. I don't need to. But they're just a whole different breed nowadays than they used to be.
Yeah.
They'd arrest their own grandmother, it seems like.
I know what. And cocky and smarty mouth. I swear to Pete. Although
Yeah,
I encountered a really nice state trooper. I was almost home. He caught me speeding, but I had an incident in the neighborhood and needed to get home. There was a deputy sheriff here. That old deputy talked to me like a dog. And I asked him his name and told him, I said, what do you think your sheriff would think about the way you're talking to me and the language you're using? And I looked at that state trooper. I said, here's my driver's license. Yeah, I was speeding. I was trying to get here. Go ahead and give me my ticket. Here's my driver's license. He never would take my driver's license. And I told him, I said, it's a shame. I said, I know y'all have a code. I said, and this guy could testify for me how you've acted. That old doggone deputy looked at me and said, well, I'm sorry, you think I've been rude, but I'm a Marine and that's just the way I'm used to talking. I said, whoa, wait a minute. My boy's a Marine. And let me tell you what, they were taught to treat people with respect. And yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. I've never met a Marine in my life to talk to a woman the way you've just talked to me. I said, you've just got a problem and you're trying to use that badge as an excuse. I said, I'd like to know what your boss thinks about the way you've acted. I said, if there wasn't such a code between you two, that state trooper backed up. And I was still trying to hand him my driver's license. He said, ma'am, I'm not giving you a ticket. But I let that old boy have it. And he handed me his card. He said, well, you're welcome to call my boss if you want to. And I said, I might just do that. I said, but if you think you've learned a lesson and that you will not ever disgrace our wonderful United States Marine Corps again by treating a woman like crap and blaming it on our boys in uniform, then that's a lesson learned and I'll leave you alone. But I ever hear anything about you again, somebody has a problem with you, I'll go and tell them. So I've never heard any more about that trooper or deputy. Little jerk. I thought, boy, I mean, tell you need to whip your butt. He was bad.
Yeah.
And just that cussing and carrying on.
How long ago was that?
Less than 2 years.
Well, there's a good chance that he's not even a deputy anymore.
Yeah, it was about 1.5 years ago.
attitude like that, he probably did it to somebody that wasn't as nice as you, and ate him for breakfast.
I told him, I said, you might need to arrest me. I don't know what assaulting an officer exactly is. I said, but I can give you a tongue lashing from hell, little boy. I said, I don't know where I'll cross the line. I said, but you ever come back to my house, don't you ever plan on. I said, if you ever plan on talking to me like that again, you just might as well radio your office and get your boss here. So he apologized and left. And then the state trooper, he said, ma'am, you well more than paid for a ticket. He said, I understand why you were speeding. If you got a call from here, had to handle him. And I said, yeah, that's why I was a speeding. He said, well, you just have a nice day. So he said, if you have any more problems, you let me know. Here's my card. And I thought, well, good grief. That's how bad that guy was. State trooper gave me his card and said, you need me, you let me know. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, the sheriffs being elected officials is kind of a double-edged sword. On the one
Be
hand,
careful, Prepper Smith. Still got 10 hours to go. You be careful. Hey, get with me. We'll put you on screen. Okay, go ahead. He was taking a driving break. He's driving back to Texas. He was in Richmond today. We had to make for a long day, wasn't it? Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Virginia
drove home.
Pepper, if you went on screen in a little bit with us, we'll put you on screen with us in a little bit. Give your localized report. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that sheriff's departments, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's good that they're elected officials and that they don't abide by, they don't answer the governor. And in this instance, it's great. On the other side, if you get a turd in office, he is a politician. And we've had some real turds as sheriffs in my area before, and it made living here almost unbearable. We've got a good sheriff right now. He's a retired state trooper that got elected sheriff after he retired. He was actually squad on the state police, but yeah, he's about to leave office, and his first deputy's running for sheriff, but I don't really know him. I don't know what to think about him.
For the first time in my life, I don't even know our sheriff's name. He's not ever on the news. I don't even know his name. Now, I know somebody that works over at the sheriff's department that I could call and ask, what's your boss's name? I don't even care to know. Let me tell you, he's got a bunch of jerks working for him right now. And one of these days, I'm going to be sitting in front of his desk. I'll find out his name that day, won't I?
Yep. Yeah, my area, they have, that show Live PD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Clark County Sheriff and Jeffersonville PD, those are both right here. I'm in Clark County in Indiana, and Jeffersonville's just down the road from me.
I've seen it when they've had Clark County on there.
Yep, that's the county I'm in. That was.
I don't always agree with the way they handle people.
I don't either.
I don't know if it's for the camera or if they're really that big of jerks, but
first couple of seasons was where they had people undercover, or basically they were just regular people, but they went undercover into the jail, the Clark County jail, to see what was going on. It was a TV show that was on for, well, it was here in Clark County for 2 seasons. And then I think they took it somewhere else, but first 2 seasons of it were here.
Oh, okay. I didn't pay attention that it wasn't in different places.
Like 90 Days In or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I need to find out if we have an election for a new sheriff this year and find out who's running and go campaign. I mean, that's the first time, of course, for years I knew the sheriff because I went to high school with him. And
Right.
I was only sitting in front of his desk once, but we had a situation that well, he's my ex-husband now, but his ex-wife called and accused my husband at the time of kidnapping her son, which was his son. Christmas Eve night. He told her, he said, she wanted him at 6 o'clock. He said, we'll be eating dinner at 6. We're not going to start opening gifts till 7 on Christmas night. It's Christmas night. And he said, I am not leaving and missing the whole family activities. And the boys not get to open their gifts just because you're, wanting to be a butt. That's what he said to her. He said, if you want him, come and get him. Yeah, she came after him with a doggone deputy with an attitude. And I went outside first, went to the car to the sheriff, and man, he slung that door open, barely missed my head, screaming at me, back up, where's your husband? And was reaching for his billy club on one side and his pistol on the other, and just showed himself. And the boy was in the house, just got through opening up packages, and we were bagging up his gifts. We figured she'd be there soon. Trying to act like my husband had kidnapped his own boy. And I asked that guy, what's your name, your badge number? I will be seeing your boss in the morning. And by golly, that's the only time I ever went to the sheriff. Name him all my life. Never went to him for any favors. I said, I'm not here for a favor. I'm here to tell you how your deputy acted. And he said, not the first complaint I got about him. He's not going to be here. Because I told him, I said, my problem is she thinks she's got a buddy in the sheriff's department. She will have him at my house every other day because she was a huge problem, lunatic woman. And he said, that boy, he won't be at your house every other day. As a matter of fact, he'll never be at your house. He said, probably won't be at anybody's house ever again. Not under my command. Never saw him again. Got fired. So I'm getting ready to make another visit to the sheriff's department. Not over that one I was just talking about. But listen, I've called the White House. I'm not afraid to go anywhere. I'm an American citizen. If I feel it, I'm going to say it.
That's right. Yeah, you can.
Hey, Southern Ohio Prepping.
Every right. You have every right every other American citizen has.
That's right. On top of, I'm a woman. I have a right to open my mouth and change my mind. Oh, no, I try to be fair. But if I think I'm right, now I'll go down with the fight.
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, I hate to think you didn't put up a fight.
Oh, yeah, I'll put up a fight. Yeah, I'm spicy. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know a woman.
BITCH is not my favorite role, but by golly, if I need it, I can whip it out in a heartbeat as quick as a pistol.
Yeah.
But I rather refer to it as spicy. I can just get spicy. Hey, Sassy Fries, how are you, honey? Ask yourself, candidate, if any of their current department violate the Constitution. Oh, that's a good question. Policies. I'm sorry. Do any of your department policies violate the Constitution? That's a good question to ask a sheriff's candidate, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a very good question. Who in the world? Who was that said that?
Especially if you have a follow-up, like an example. If he says no, then say, well, then why is this part of your department's policy? Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, there was a lot of oath keepers and 3%ers there, and one of my guys was there today.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah.
From the Lightfoot?
Yeah, he was not there as a representative of the Lightfoot. He was there as a private citizen. We did not have orders, so therefore we didn't go as a unit. But he's one of the company commanders. I just got promoted to state XO since the last time I was on here.
Congratulations.
So, it's a lot more work than it was being a company commander. So
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, anybody that is new that is unaware of what he's talking about, he's a member of the Lightfoot militia that's registered with Washington. That if, in case we had a disaster, they have the Fourth Continental Congress. Is that what you told me? That's ready
Yes.
to be put in place to make sure our country don't skip a beat. So where would that fall into place with the designated survivor? Do you
Uh,
know?
I really don't.
I mean,
That
they just
doesn't
be
trigger
one
my
survived,
position.
you know.
Right.
So that would give the designated survivor a Congress to work with, so it can be replaced.
Pretty much. I think that's accurate.
Okay.
That even being the state XO, I'm still several rungs below the Fourth Continental Congress. So that kind of information doesn't trickle down as far as me. But common sense would say that that's probably accurate. Um, they don't. They yeah. Say we had a nuclear war. They're going to sequester the whole anybody that's a colonel or above in one of these bomb shelters. So in that situation, um, I don't know how that would react when they come up out of their shelters, as opposed to anybody that's left on the surface. I don't know how that would work out. I think there might be some conflict there, but who knows? I hope we never have to find out.
I hope we never have to find out too. But it's nice to know if God forbid something would happen, we've got a contingency plan that Washington's aware of. Just hope they make sure the designated survivor knows. Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
I just don't know much about that end of it. Maybe I need to educate myself on that a little more.
Yeah, that'd be interesting how that would work. Small town
Yeah,
preparedness sure new, hey there.
I'm finding that I'm doing a lot more logistics in this job than I thought I would have to, as far, you know, issuing gear, making sure who has what. And it's just, it's a lot more paperwork and desk duty than I ever wanted to do. I can tell
Ooh.
you that.
And then you have a full-time job too.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to move jobs at the Ford plant, though. I think I'm going to be getting on a forklift here before long. So that'll
Oh, you're at
get
the
me up
Ford
off my,
plant?
yeah. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I work at one of them at Louisville, Kentucky, with the
Oh,
car plant.
I did not know that. I'm a Ford
Yeah,
girl.
we build the Ford Escape and the Lincoln Corsair.
Oh, okay. I've got a Ford four-door F-150. Love
Okay,
my
they build
truck.
the truck plant just up the road from me.
Yep, I got one that had one of those
Do they?
crazy broke down motors till 2010, but I just got a replacement motor put in it
I'm
last
trying to
year.
think what they build at that plant. I know they build Super Duties at that plant, and I think like the Lincoln Navigator. No, I think the F-150 is all up in Michigan. I'm not positive. If it's not in my plant, I don't know 100% what they're doing, but I do
Hey,
know that
overbuilt.
in the Lincoln Navigator or in at the truck plant there in Kentucky.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, been
I've
there.
always had Fords, just a couple cars in my life. I haven't had a Ford for years. I traded vehicles every 3 years. Back
I've been there
when I
about
was married and had more money than I had since.
I've been there about 6 years, so I'm not even at full pay yet. You got to be
Oh
there
my
8 years
goodness.
for pay. Yep, didn't used to be
Now,
that way.
I had a father-in-law that retired from Ford, and when my son was in the Marines, he was in Seattle, out on the island, Silverdale, out we're in Puget Sound, and
Hmm.
once he got there, he needed a vehicle, and he was able to use the family plan and got a considerable
Hmm.
discount off that truck.
Yeah, the A plan. The A
Yeah,
plan,
the A plan. That's
3%
it.
below dealer cost. Yep,
Yeah, yep. He got a heck of
3%
a
below dealer
deal.
cost. Pretty good deal. Yep. No haggling over price. So,
Yeah, you can't,
so
and
you're
3% below dealer. You can't beat that with a stick.
so your son was in Seattle.
He was out through Puget Sound on an island, the town that was closest to the naval base. I don't remember the name of the naval base. It's on the
That's
map now.
Bremerton.
For years, it used to not be on the naval base. No,
My
there's two
brother was
out there.
stationed. My brother was stationed at Bremerton when he was in the Navy.
No, he was at the other one. I just
Um,
remember he was in Silverdale. It was the town that was closest
uh,
where all the
the
stores
only one I
were.
know of in that area is Bremerton.
Yeah, there's two islands out there. Each one of them has a base. And maybe that was it. I
I
don't know. I thought there was two though. It's where they keep
don't know.
our nuke subs that nobody wants to admit we have.
Oh, so it's a sub pen out there. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
anything about that? My brother was on a refueling ship in
Mm.
for Western Pacific.
He was in
Um,
security forces. He was out there guarding stuff that we don't have that many of. Can y'all see me
I
roll my
got you.
eyes with my glasses on?
Yeah,
Oh, happen to see that too. What's supposed to? Oh, I didn't know he was taking me somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be. Could got us all thrown under the jail. But we all made it out
yeah.
alive. So Smoky
I was
Mountain
an
Gal.
MP.
Oh, and let me say something real quick. Somebody asked earlier where Snafu is. Snafu is not feeling well, and I would love to ask all of you all that are buddies with Snafu Snaps if you would please say a prayer for him. He suffers with some health issues, and I'm not going to give any of his personal information, but right now he's really under the weather. And if you all would join with me and be sure and remember Snafu in your prayers, I sure would appreciate that. Okay, you were an MP. My dad was an MP in the Army.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was an MP Marine Corps, and
Oh.
actually saw a few things I wasn't supposed to see. But that's a whole
Oh.
nother. Yeah, I had a secret security clearance, but that's here, and top secret's here, and yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
I had pictures that I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to have. And that little photo album was at my camp. Do you know that photo album disappeared? And I
really,
often wondered if it disappeared after, I had some people snooping around doing stuff, that they shouldn't have been in, if that was part of that. So, hey, Bones.
I had a friend that was Air Force in security for the Air Force, and was guarding nukes over in Europe.
Uh-huh.
Before the fall of the Berlin Wall. So
Yeah,
he
that's what
showed
my
me a
son
couple.
was doing out there.
Yeah, he showed me a few pictures. I said, "What kind of missile is that?" He said, "It's a nuke." Like, you're probably not supposed to have those pictures, are you? He said, "No."
Ooh, I had pictures of these little mounds. Don't know what was in those mounds. I just had a whole field of mounds. I had pictures of black things floating in water. Yeah, and I never thought anything about it. I was just snapping pictures. My son got out
Yeah.
of the Marines, and I had made a little book for him, and then I had
Hmm.
that extra one, for when he was in the Marines, and he went, "Oh my God, Mom, when did you take these pictures?" He said, "You're not supposed to have these." Well, I don't have them anymore. They disappeared. Pro carry tracker. Hi, honey. Try to catch WPM straight. Oh, okay. Well, good. Glad you're here. Overbuilt. Glad you're here. Dr. Jack
Keep
Van
messing
Impe. Dr. Jack
forward
Van
a little.
Impe died
I don't know.
yesterday. Holy cow!
Who
I
died?
figured Jack Van Impe, that preacher that's been on TV all my life, died
Oh,
yesterday. I didn't know that. I figured that guy would live forever. Well, I hope he is home with Jesus. So,
there's a few people out there that just don't age. I don't know how that is. Like John
oh, he
Stamos,
was
he looks
old.
20 when he's 50. I don't get it. How do you not age?
Well, there are some
Not age.
conspiracy theories about that I don't want to go over on my channel. But if you ever want me to tell you, and that's not so much a conspiracy, there's some proof to it. I'll be glad to tell you off air.
Oh, I've heard a lot of stuff. You
Yeah,
know,
where they
they got
drink stuff that they're not supposed to drink.
yeah, they got that cannibal club in the
They
LA
got,
area.
yeah.
That yeah, they got their own website. You can look that up, cannibalclub.org.
What was at the same time overbuilt? Somebody else die? What happened at the same time? I'm sorry. Who's your Patriot? I just couldn't figure out what he's trying to tell me.
Oh, I
Hi,
was
Cherry
just talking
Tucker. We'll
Cannibal
see,
Club.
honey. Yeah, it's gross
Um,
overbuilt, but it's true. Yeah, Amy, I know. We've got some sick people. That's why we pray over our food. You don't ever know what's in our food, folks. You always need to pray over every meal and ask God to bless it. Unless you know you're getting local, homegrown, how they're fed, killed, and you're butcher. Pray over your food. We never know what's in that stuff. A lot of
you know,
nasty rumors.
I'm speaking of health issues. I'm here in the next few months. I'm going to have to get my left hip replaced. I
Oh
had
no!
my right one done about 4 years ago, and now the left one.
Really?
Yeah, it was because of an injury I got in the Marine Corps, and then it turned into osteoarthritis over the years. So
Oh man! How would that first? Now, how many years ago did you have the first one? First replacement?
uh, like 4 years ago,
Oh goodness!
February will make 4 years.
Holy
Yep.
cow!
So
I hate
yeah,
that.
well, it is what it is. My
And
right
you're
hip
like
is
me. You live by yourself. How are you gonna? Do you have help?
uh, I have, all my family lives within. My brother's only 20. He's less than 20 miles away. My parents live closer than that, and my oldest daughter, she just lives down the road too. So I got
Oh,
plenty of help.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So, and my house is one story. I don't have a bunch of steps to go up anymore, or anything like that. So, but last time I got it done, I had, for the first couple of weeks, I was on a walker. Anytime I needed to get up and move around, and my brother's older than me by
Hmm.
what 2 3 years, and he kept threatening to put tennis balls on the bottom of my walker.
Oh my goodness. Listen,
Well,
you need the kind of walker I have. My walker has a seat on it with handle brakes like a bicycle.
oh yeah,
That's
hmm.
pretty cool. I don't know if I can turn it
I got
around where
one
you
from.
can see it or not. See all my mass. Listen, guys, I can't get up right now, so let's
Oh, here it
see.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, let me tell you,
yeah.
I got that when I broke my ankle and my leg wasn't strong enough to carry that big boot around, so I put my knee up in the seat. But Ethan is having a ball with that walker. I didn't have to use it for 2 days. Now I'm having troubles again. So, oh well, thank
Well,
God I
they
have
gave me
it.
one of those. They gave me one of those fold up walkers at the
This one
hospital
folds
when I was
up, but you need one
down
of
there.
these, buddy. It's handy.
But I kept it because I was going to have to get my left hip done eventually, and this way, I've already got it. So, but
Yeah.
I got really good
Well,
in
this
it
one's got
through
four
Ford.
wheels and the seat lifts the seat lifts up and there's a basket to carry stuff under it, and then it's got the brakes on the handles. It's a lot easier than one of those walkers that you need the tennis balls, because we had one of those for my mother, and boy, I wish I had known about one of these for her. She could have sat down and but yeah, I got mine from a broke ankle. Well, I had two of them because the husband left the one in another county where our campground was, and we came to our hometown and started to get out of the car, and Lord, me hobbling with that big old boot on my leg, I was a mess. So when I went to my doctor's appointment, he went and bought another one. So I actually have two. I said, well, I hope I don't ever need it one day, but if I do, I've got them. They're brand new. But yeah, they fold right in half, and they're not heavy either.
Flat. But I was only on it for a couple weeks, and then I switched over to crutches, and then for about a month I was on a cane. So it's really not that bad. I mean, the first few days sucks because they say the worst pain you can ever feel is breaking your femur. Well, they cut the end off of mine, so it's pretty bad.
My sister broke her femur. I mean, it was just jagged, broke completely. Her leg was the only thing was holding her leg on was the skin. Man, that was the awfulest thing I've ever seen in my life. The pain she was in. I'm giving you my email address. Hold on. Unless somebody's beat me to it. There it goes. There you go. Whoever asked for my email address. And once again, anybody that's come in since the beginning, yes, they are posting my PayPal account. But please don't feel that I am asking for you. We'll never ask for you to send a dime, but a lot of people just like to give, and if that's something that you want, it is very much appreciated, but not expected. I'm just glad everybody's here and having a good time.
Somebody just told me that they heard one of the GOP senators today ask Northam to put in his resignation by noon. Of course, it didn't happen, but
that was done Friday. That female Republican senator. He called that state of emergency and left the doggone state. He should have been made to stay there. Now, how could a governor, excuse me, call a state of emergency and then leave? He's feared for his life. I'm telling you what. Somebody needs to call his wife if he's got one and tell her to take his you-know-what out of her purse and let him. He can't.
I don't understand.
His wife don't have him. Bloomberg has him.
I don't understand how he got elected in the first place. Mr. Blackface, and I don't get it. I mean, I know they didn't find out about that until after he was already elected, but, that just shows his character.
Yeah, he's a coward.
He's a coward. He's
and he's guilty of treason. He's a traitor. Anybody
who's backing these laws, to me, is guilty of treason.
Yes. They all need recalled, fired. Shoot. It shouldn't take 800,000 signatures in Virginia to get rid of that mess that they've got in Richmond. They have, and there is I forget what state. Is it Kansas? Or I can't remember what state I heard this weekend is putting through a bill that says absolutely there will be no counties or towns in their state that will enact any law or statute that goes against the state or the United States Constitution. Every state needs to do that.
That might be Oklahoma.
I mean, that's a shame that a state has to do that. But Bloomberg and Northam and Soros here, they've opened up some eyes in this nation.
Yeah. And
hey, Bones, I spoke to you a little bit ago.
You just made me remember something that they were doing in Virginia. They were trying to pass a bill making it difficult to recall uh, uh, any of their elected officials.
It now today takes 10% of the registered voters, maybe. I don't know. We might need to pull Virginia prepper up here to talk about that. But anyway, it's 10% of whatever the number of citizens, whatever. And they are they have a bill on the floor to make it 25%. Now, how? Let me tell you, when you're passing bills to protect your own ass, it's time to hightail it out of government. Well, I mean, I'll do that, but that's so blatant.
Also, not only does it have to be 25%, but they have to get those signatures within 60 days. So, yeah.
60 days of what?
That's how long they have to get the 25%.
Oh, it's just signatures. 10 right now. But 60 days
but
from what?
That's part of that bill.
The 25%
it's on that bill
within 60 days. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Missouri did the Second Amendment Preservation Act. Okay, it was Missouri. I know it's one of the Midwest states, but I couldn't remember. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And that's a shame that a state has to put a bill together that you cannot do anything goes against the Constitution of the United States. I mean, seriously?
I mean, that should go without saying.
Exactly. Our Congress in Washington needs to be putting a bill on the floor updated, because I don't want to see anybody hanging in the street that's guilty of tyranny. And that's what they used to do if you were a committed
hang them, shoot them.
If you were a traitor, they hung you in the street or something. So tyranny, traitor, same thing. They need to do a better updated law. Just lock them up and not give them all the freedoms that regular prisoners get, of 3 hots and a cot and library and exercise. Give them one of those locked up cells, 1 meal a day. Let them out once a week for an hour. Let them rot if they're guilty of treason. Is what I think they should do. That's what they need to be updating in Washington.
As recently as the 1950s, they put a married couple to death for treason that sold secrets to the Soviet Union.
Yes.
And all they did was sell information. We got Hillary Clinton giving the Soviet Union our uranium, So
and all her emails.
Yeah, but why is she still walking around free? I mean, what was his name that did the?
Well, I think she's dead, and that's her claim.
On Trump, Mueller. Mueller was the head of the FBI when she was giving this uranium to the Union, and he personally delivered the first load of it. He was standing on the tarmac as the director of the FBI, handing this uranium over to Russia. I keep wanting to call them the Soviets because it feels like the 80s right now. So
it does. I'm telling you. It is crazy. I can't even. And let me tell you what. That Snowden. If they could get their hands on Snowden, what do you think they'd do to Snowden?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what they need to do to old Northam and Hillary, the whole rest of them.
Yeah,
and then Obama sent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a plane and paid basically.
What was it 1.2 or 1.8 billion on a pallet?
Yes.
That he sent over there. Yeah. And gave them a total of 150 billion.
It's crazy.
And then
they all fight. Every one of them fight with weapons that we gave them, and they swear up and down that we left everything in Vietnam and that we left everything in Iran. All they had to do was go get it.
you know, people talk about Obama and say what an idiot he was and all this. Thing is once you come to terms with the fact that he's a very smart individual and everything he did, he meant to do, shows you that he was doing his level best to destroy this country on purpose.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen a picture of him walking with a book he'd been reading and had his finger in there, marking his place.
Mm-hmm.
He's just walking. And if you zoom in on the book, the name of the book was A Post-American World. As in, there is no America anymore.
Right.
What the world would look like without America.
That's
now,
right.
Why would he be reading something like that? Why would he swear in with his hand on the Quran instead of the Bible?
Well, let me tell you, he was working real hard with the UN and actually went into an agreement with the UN if there was ever civil unrest on our soil, that our Constitution would be suspended and the UN would take over. Let me tell you what, he never, ever planned on Trump getting elected, and she was going to be president. He was going to be president of the UN, and we were going to all be screwed more so than usual. While you're talking, I'm going to pull your channel up so that I might need to take you off here to get your channel up. Listen, folks, he only
what you were talking about right there was called the Kigali Principles. He signed that right before he left office.
What was it?
The Kigali Principles is Obama signed it before he left office. That's what it's called.
How do you spell that? Do you know?
It's like Kingali, something like that. So, yeah,
I don't know. I need to look that up.
That it's either 29 or 39 countries are on this agreement. If there's civil unrest in any of those countries, then the other countries under the UN can bring troops in to put down the civil unrest without the host country's permission.
Well, listen, they've got a bunch staged in Cuba. A big bunch of UN troops staged in Cuba. Yes.
Yep.
The world's that all about. And they've been having a lot of flight action over Florida that people haven't seen. But you can keep talking. I hope I don't have to take you off here. I want to pull your channel up so everybody can see your channel. You're 124 away from 1,000. And we have 67 in chat. I know a bunch of you are already subscribed, but you've heard him talk. You know he's knowledgeable. He's a friend of mine. I'd never, ever lead you wrong. I want us to get him over 1,000. So if you're in chat now or you're watching the replay, please, please, please show our buddy some love and go over and subscribe, and let's get him over 1,000 so he can go live on his phone when he's out and about. You never know what he might see. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, wow. I don't know if I can do the screen share while you're up there or not. Nope. Let me see.
That's okay. If you need to pull me down, that's all right. You get a.
And if it takes you away, you just pop back up. I mean, click on your link again or text me if I need to send you a new one. Okay. There's me. No, you're still there. I see you. Okay. It's crazy it won't let you do that. Yeah, I'd already pulled something up. I got myself all locked up the other night. There we go. What this thing's doing. Okay. Why is it not? It's not working right anymore. Because I got you pulled up here. But I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see. Yes, he's one of my buddies. Give us any information that he has. Yes, it's got him pulled up. Shoot, I should have. Hang on a second. Let me get my face off of here. We don't need me on here. There we go. There we go. Yep, there's his channel. Look at all of these videos he's got. And some of them's real short. Listen, he is not a chatty Cathy like I am, but when he gives you a 1 minute, a 9 minute, whatever video it is he's giving you, it is 100% information. So for any of you viewers that don't like all the chatty Cathy, that just want somebody to get to the point, well, he gets to the point. Look at all these videos. Whoops, wait a minute. Got a bunch of videos. Bunch of opinions. Now, he is like me. He'll give you his opinion. But look at all that. And I didn't even get all the way to the end of them. But this is what his channel looks like. Well, that says 871, but I think my phone showed more than that. So anyway, y'all show him some love for me. And go over and subscribe. There we go.
Oh, hello.
There we are. I wanted them to see all those videos. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. Yeah,
I was
said you're
doing a
not
little
chatty Cathy like me. You get to the point, but I like your videos.
I was doing
I
a little
always
bit
have time
on
to.
shopping while we were sitting here. So if you ever there's a couple of good online stores that they'll send you a catalog too that I order stuff from them quite often. That's cheaper than dirt. And what's the other one? Oh crap! Can't remember the name of it now. I swear. Well, cheaper than dirt. They got a lot of good deals in there. And just recently,
Really?
they started carrying guns too. So you can order guns. Of course, you have to have it transferred to a firearms dealer near you, and it's going to cost you anywhere from $10 to $25 for a transfer fee. But they've got really good stuff, and there's a lot of military surplus stuff for sale in there.
Yeah.
That sometimes you can bulk deals on stuff like gloves or blankets or anything like that.
Oh gosh. See, we used to have a military overstock store, and it went out of business. A bunch of
Mm-hmm.
yuppies moved to town, and it wasn't popular anymore. And I missed being able to go buy some camo pants and army
Yeah.
blankets and that kind of stuff. So it's cheaper than dirt.com. Is that what you said?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then what's the other one? Sportsman's Guide. That's what it is. Sportsmansguide.com. That's another good one. So, Sportsman's Guide, actually, they'll put out about 3 different catalogs. They'll put out one that's, hunting oriented, one that's military surplus oriented. And it's not just our military. They get stuff from all over the world, like the Swiss military or
Oh.
German military. Yeah. So,
Now, can you
and you
get
can
the
get a lot
hardback
of bulk deals.
catalogs, or is it just online?
No, they're it's like a paperback. It's about the size of a magazine. So they're not great big catalogs or anything, but there's a lot of stuff in them.
Okay. And Overbuild Automotive says Classic Firearms has nice stuff with good prices and good Christian owned family owned.
Classic Firearms. I've never heard of that one.
Yep, I haven't either. Sportsman Guide. Is that what you said?
Sportsman's Guide, yeah.
Okay.
What was that? Classic
Uh,
Firearms?
Classic Firearms. And Constitutional Carpenter said,
That,
gotta love Sportsman's Guide. Never heard of it. And Cheaper Than Dirt. Check them out. I'll check them out. Samson, honey, good night. And yes, anybody that wants to go subscribe to look at Samson, pull his channel up and look at it and subscribe, absolutely. Hoosier Patriot is not in West Virginia. Hoosier Patriot is in Indiana. Is that where the Hoosiers are?
Yep.
Indiana. Yep.
I'm in southern Indiana, right down by Kentucky.
BDK is a good one as well. What's BDK?
Hmm. I'm on that Classic Firearms site now. They've got a contest to win a Czech K98 Mauser rifle right now.
Small Town Prepper, are you still here? Are you still in live chat? Small Town Prepper? Preparedness? I'm sorry, Preparedness? A Prince Little. Small Town Preparedness. You still here?
You know, something other people don't much think about is
yes, I got your email, and yes, we will do that. That is awesome.
well,
and I'll answer
like
your
to,
email later.
I like to have like card games and board games on hand for, I mean, say the power grid goes down and it's a cold, snowy night and you got your fire blazing. What are you going to do for entertainment?
Exactly.
A lot of people don't. You're keeping your mind occupied so you don't go nuts. You know, even now, I'll get my kids to play a board game with me once in a while when they come over, just so they get the feel of it, and they're not always dependent upon electronics to occupy their minds. So
yes, absolutely. Hi, Cherokee Moon. I have games and several decks of cards and books. I've got my original set of World Book encyclopedias that I need to never throw away. So, yep, that's and crochet material. So we'll be crocheting, reading, playing games, and seeing how many of my family members I can beat in 500 rummy. That's my favorite game. Wait a minute, Bones said something. But yeah, that's a good idea. People don't understand. J&G Sales is a good site too. Have you ever heard of J&G Sales? Bones said.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever been on it. I mean,
now what'd you say that one was? Cheap as dirt or dirt cheap? What you say it was?
Cheaper than dirt, all one word. Cheaperthandirt.com.
Okay, I need to write that down. I can't depend on my memory right now. Right after relapse, it takes me about a month, and then I'm squirrely on that. Cheaperthandirt.com. I like a deal, especially on crap and stuff. You know, a lot of people talk about it and don't do it. But anybody that I tell you is my friend and I send you their way, they're talking to you from experience, and they're preppers. You know, we don't deal with a bunch of libtards and fear porn and all that. What we talk about the real stuff. J&G Sales. And what was that second one you mentioned? Who's your
Sportsman's
Patriot?
Guide. Yeah, Sportsman's Guide. So all one word, sportsmansguide.com.
And of course, my Marine son, he's going to want a hold of this too. So I wrote him down. I think I missed that one. What one did you just write down that you said you hadn't heard of?
The J&G Sales.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another one. Maybe somebody.
Sales.com.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Bones gave us that one.
Then there was the other one.
I thought you gave us
go?
2, and let's see, Who's Your Patriot gave us 2. Bones gave us J&G, and somebody else mentioned another one. What was that?
Right. I'm looking for it.
I can't play chess, Jay. I have tried and tried and tried to learn how to play chess, and wrap around it. I just can't get it. Now, checkers, I beat somebody in checkers, beat the snot out of somebody in tic-tac-toe. I can't play chess. I don't have a book, The Lost Ways. Nope. You'll teach me? Well, it'll take a lot of teaching. I've had a lot of people try to teach me, Jay Stone. Let me tell you.
Here's another one. CDNNsports.com. This one's all about firearms. So it's got firearms, optics, accessories, gun parts, magazines, and ammo.
Oh, okay. Now, in my state, it costs a little more than $25 to get to order a weapon.
Really, your transfer fee's higher than that? I think the last transfer fee I paid was $20.
And then the shop wants a fee, handling fee, and then the transfer stamp. Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
like they're gouging you, me.
Yeah, they are. They are. And now I did have a really good way of doing it. My ex-brother-in-law and my cousin, his wife, had a gun store, but they don't anymore. So,
Yeah, my dad had a federal firearms license back in the 80s, and he got rid of it once, when Billy Boy took office and they started making the gun laws more strict. So he sold guns, bought and sold guns right there out of the home until Clinton was in office, and then he just turned his license in because they were requiring you to have a building that wasn't your home and all this. He didn't want to go through all that. So,
yep, that's true. I remember when the family went through that licensing process. Yes, they've got all kinds of stuff. So
look at that. I didn't know I could see the chat too.
You can pop out the chat. Yes, you can. I was on somebody's panel maybe the second or third time before I realized I could pop out chat.
I'm a big fan of Battleship too, Donna.
Yeah, I like Battleship. I ain't played it in a long time. I don't have Battleship right now. I think I threw it away because a bunch of pieces got thrown away. Used to have
I don't
races.
have Battleship anymore. But classic firearms. That was that other one that guy said.
Oh, classic firearms.
Yep. I just saw it.
I bet you I waited too late, and Virginia Prepper's probably exhausted and already went to bed.
Oh,
I
always did this on my phone before. This is my first time being on live on a laptop, so that's why I didn't know I could pull up the chat.
Oh, and and I knew that, and I never even thought to tell you, but it is way better. This is way better than your phone.
Oh yeah, we haven't had a lag at all. So
In the very beginning, when I first got you on, and then that was it. Maybe for about 30
yep,
seconds, and then it's been gone.
yep.
But yeah, you're right. I believe in having stuff to entertain people. Because let me tell you, we're used to just pulling it up on our phones, having our laptops, having a TV. You know, I remember as a kid how it was. We went camping on the river, slept in our cars, cooked on a fire. So my kids, I did that with my kids. So for us, it's not gonna, it'll be a major inconvenience because we're spoiled. But
Mm,
it's not that we don't know how to function like that. Most of our population that is younger than me, unless they've been in the military, they don't know how to survive like that.
yep, true
You
enough.
know,
Oh,
September
before
I'll
you're
be
talking
60.
about Stratego, I haven't seen anybody talk about Stratego in I know 25 years. So yeah, I loved that game when I was a kid, but I don't I could probably find it on Amazon, but um, I haven't seen it in forever. So I don't know if you know what that one is. It's kind of a strategy game,
I
obviously
don't
from the
know.
name.
I don't know what that one is. Let me tell you a funny story. I had the best stepsons in the world, and they always was at the dining room table. They were high school by this time, wanting to play a game, and my oldest stepson in particular, loved to play board games, and he, oh shoot, I forgot the name of the game. Um, what's the game where it says don't pass go and collect $200?
Monopoly.
Monopoly. He said, "You want to play Monopoly with me, Mom?" And I was really, really tired. It was on a Friday night. I said, "Lord, honey, you don't want to play Monopoly with me. I can't spell worth a hoot." I was thinking of Scrabble. Scrabble. He was talking about Monopoly and I was talking about Scrabble. And he looked at me and said, "Spell? What do you need to spell?" I said, "Well, the whole game's about spelling words. I can't spell where they're at. Hoot." I said, "Did
Huh.
you forget that?" And he said, "Monopoly. Monopoly." And I said, "Oh, I gotcha." Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I like Scrabble.
Ah, I can't spell worth a hoot, so I have to play Monopoly with you. Oh, my
Um,
goodness. Well, buddy, I'm telling you where I have struggled with this MS lately.
see,
I'm just
having
about
any
to
more
peter
prep
out.
ideas. Uh, I'll tell you, Grace,
You want
one
to,
idea that a lot of people overlook is toilet paper. That is one of the
yes,
most important preps you can have, unless you like wiping with leaves.
and a bag
I
of
I
lime.
I went to my local grocery store and I even did a video on it. I found these little 4 roll packs of toilet
Toilet.
paper that were cents a pack, and it ain't Charmin, but it does the job better than leaves do. So
Yeah.
I bought them out of that stuff, and I've got it all packed away in a couple of big totes out in my
Mm,
garage.
yep.
So pack more in. It don't matter if you mash those down, get more in there.
Mm-mm. That's right. No, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all. Yes, Smoky Mountain Gal, I did. And during and right after a relapse, I have horrible, horrible word recall. I very often have to depend on my chat to give me the words or my guest. I can explain what I'm wanting to say, but I learned my lesson. I can get the first letter of the word, but I can't get the whole word. And I was trying to force it at one point in time and was going to tell a girl how nice I thought her cross was that she was wearing. And instead, I looked at her and said how nice I thought her crotch was. So I do not force those words just because I have the first letter anymore. And that's one of the cognitive deals that goes along with MS So I've given y'all your laughs for the day. I can't spell, therefore I can't play Monopoly, and I
Smoky
can't.
Mountain gal just said six rolls of toilet paper for $1. That's a pretty good deal there. So take note, Dollar General.
How big are they though? You can get 12 rolls of, for me and my grandson, will last more than 2 weeks for $5 at Aldi's. And I use toilet paper to blow my nose and wipe messes up off of the sink, and you know,
Well,
for stuff I shouldn't be using
when
it for, wasting it.
I want to when I want to use the good stuff, I go to Sam's. They've got the Members Mark brand is really nice, soft stuff, and it's like I get 40 rolls for like I don't know, it's like $20 or something like that.
Oh,
So
really? And it
yeah, it's
lasts. I mean, it's good
$5.
rolls, good tight rolls,
Oh yeah, they're big rolls too.
and
So
it's not like the one ply.
ply.
It's 2 ply
No, it's
quilted.
2 ply. Yep,
Oh,
yep.
cool. Sam's 40 rolls for $20.
It's around 20. Might be a little more than that, but
Do you know, that reminds me, my father-in-law one time brought me a case of toilet paper. It was good toilet paper. And he got
yeah,
it at
it's really good
Sam's.
stuff.
He bought everybody in the family a case of toilet paper for the preps. Of course, my husband used it. He said, "Why are you
Yeah,
buying toilet paper?" He don't believe. But my ex-husband, my last husband, he didn't believe in prepping. He thought I was a lunatic. Probably still does. Well, I know he does, because
yeah,
his brother was the first one that told me about it 15 years ago. And I thought he was, now I knew at 24 something was going to happen. And I always believed that God told me to prepare for something, not just spiritually, but, for in this world. And everybody made fun of me. And then once I was divorced on my own, could do my own thing, started prepping. And then met my last husband, and his brother wanted to just cram everything in my head. I hadn't heard anything about flame farts. I thought he was a lunatic. So I was going in my house last year and was unlocking the door, and I heard this voice. And, there was a lot of noise outside, cars going by, and dogs barking, and I heard West Virginia prepared mind. And I turned around and looked, and it was my ex brother in law. And I said, "Hey, how are you?" He said, "I knew that was you. I knew I heard you on Marf." And I said, "Oh, what's your screen name? I haven't noticed you there." And he said, "Oh, I don't comment." So the next time Marf was on, I put, "Hey," and just put his first name, his last name, and or
hmm
last initial, first name and last initial. Oh, I bet he about died. But I went out so I could talk to him. I said, "I owe you an apology. I thought you were a lunatic." I said, "What you need to do, all these other people you're trying to wake up, do it slow." I said, "Man, you crap so much stuff in my head. I thought you'd lost your mind." I said, "Now I know you were right 100%. Let's see. Smash on the roll, seal it up in a food sealer bag. Oh, and it makes it smaller. Well, I've got plenty of room to store those, so that's a good idea. He says smash the cardboard roll that's in toilet paper and put it in a food sealer, and it'll flatten it, and you can get more toilet paper stored.
yeah, yeah. That'd work.
Get
Yeah,
pumped. How
for
are you? Love you
vacuum
too, babe.
sealer.
Yeah, that's good prepping ideas. I love talking
And
about prepping. I haven't done that in a little while.
here's one that I need to get myself that I
Okay.
still don't have. And this is for long term. This is like for extreme long term, and that's why I
Mhm.
haven't done it. But I still need to do it. Everybody needs to have a flintlock rifle. And I'll tell you the reason why. You can make your own black powder. All you got to have is the right chemicals in the right proportions. And those chemicals can be had just about anywhere.
My son has one.
And then you can find flint in a creek. So there's your powder and there's your ignition source. And then as far as lead goes, if you got a bullet mold, which you don't even really have to have one if you just make pellets and use it like birdshot, but
Yeah.
lead you can get practically anywhere. There's all these wheel weights on all these cars are made of lead. So
The lug
this
nuts or the wheel weights?
no, like
Were they?
we wheel weight,
Oh,
the
okay.
wheel weight
Where,
when you balance
okay.
your wheels,
Were you
they put
about?
those
Yeah.
weights
Okay.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
all made of
lead.
lead.
Oh, we'd
So,
be robbing off
so
the weights.
a friend of mine gave me that idea, and I haven't followed through with it, but it's always in the back of my mind that I need to get a flintlock rifle. And you know, there's other things you can do too. Like
Oh, I don't think we could ever prep enough. Every time, I mean, I could think
no,
of a million things I could go stack to the ceiling. Try to make,
I will
not
feel.
that we would exactly need it, but to make it a little more comfortable for my brother and sister
Mhm,
that are younger than I am and for my grandkids, you know, just try to make it
yep,
as comfortable as possible.
I will feel completely prepared when the end of the world as we know it happens and somebody has to come and tell me. That's the only way I'm ever going to feel like I prepared enough.
But then,
Until then,
yep,
until
you
that
gotta,
happens, I'm always,
yeah.
feel like I got more I got to do.
Yep, I've got some more I have to do. I've got to get on the toilet paper. I need more toilet paper and more water, but of course, I think you can't ever have enough water. And then I got to see it. It's
Yes,
dangerous for me to think. I thought, I've got all this rice, takes more water, it takes more fire to have to cook it. What if we have to be inside and only have little bitty fires in cans to heat stuff up? So 2 cups of water is not much. And I ordered between the macaroni and cheese boxes and ramen noodles and Nor rice sides. I ordered, I think I've got 78 new packs that each pack will take 2 cups or less to prepare. So, see, if I get to thinking too much, I'm dangerous. I say, no, I need that quick cook stuff. Won't have
the
a
answer
rice
to
cooker.
yes, I will do a video on that in the future. Um, I will do one on flintlocks when I purchase a flintlock. And hopefully that won't be forever from now, but I will definitely do one then. And I'll even put the proper proportions for making your own black powder on there of what chemicals and where you can get those chemicals and all that.
Oh, yeah,
Of
that'd
course,
be awesome. Of course, my son
yeah,
might
I
know.
can't actually do it on video because, oh, he's making a bomb, or something like that. So,
Yeah.
but I can
Hey,
explain it.
Terry Christ. How are
I
you,
can't do it.
honey?
But
Um,
it's like coal and saltpeter and something else I can't think of off the top of my head.
Grace
So,
Rice, what is Water Bob? Is that a YouTube channel or is that
no,
a
water bob.
item?
It's an
Huh?
item that you. It's an item you draw water out with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, see, the reason I'm
Uh,
not where I'd like to be with water, I'd always planned on going to my camp on the river. Well, my front yard's the river. Have all the water I needed. Filter it. And
yeah.
uh, DHS moved into that little nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, nothing but a river and summer fishing, 2 restaurants, a gas station, and a grocery store is all that's in that town. And DHS moved in there. That's where they monitor a big area of cameras.
Great.
Put new bridges in wide enough for a tank. Every bridge in that town is wide enough. There's and a railroad system.
Oh, it's a
So,
water bladder. That okay. That's not what I was thinking of. There's this other item that I thought was called a water bob that you can like put in your pipes and it'll draw water out even after the water's shut down. You can basically siphon water out of your own pipes.
love you too, get pumped. She's the best in the whole world. Well, thank you. Wait a minute. Is this somebody I know or somebody pulling a joke on me?
Pooped in the stream, but was underwater. I hope I'm not downstream of you get pumped.
Yeah, Bones, those little tablets are awesome. And they're a little tougher than like paper towels. You can use them to bathe with and
Oh, the little pucks, little paper puck. Yeah. I don't have any of those. Maybe I ought to get some. I'm always
What
looking
state
at.
are you from, Get Pumped? Did you send me a text by accident? Well, now that's the old-fashioned way. But, buddy, if it's 10 degrees outside in my state, I'm not going to do my business in the river in ice water. But
How you
what
doing,
you
Terry?
need is lime. Lime, lime,
Yep.
lime. You just can't bury your waste. You have to have lime, like the old people used in outhouses to cover the smell. Dig a hole, fill it up, put you some lime over it. Use it again, put you some lime over it. When it gets to the top, put topsoil back over it. Dig another hole.
Here's my plan for my toilet right now.
Okay.
Power
Or a
down.
5 bucket with the little spout.
I'm on septic.
Oh.
So I got a stream right directly across the road. I'm going to go over there and get a bucket of water and use that to flush my toilet.
Oh, yeah, I do that on the river before I get my water turned on down there. It's a pain in the hind end, but hey, it flushes, goes in the septic tank. Yes, sir, buddy.
Yep. So I'm covered as long as I don't have to leave here. But
oh, Nick's cool 20. Yeah, Nick's cool 20.
Hoosier Patriot. So it's just a picture of me, my ugly mug.
Well, see, you didn't tell me you were Nick's cool 20. I just didn't know who Get Pumped was. But what state are you in?
Those pucks for $30 on Amazon. Cool, Bones.
What is Hoosier
Appreciate
Patriot's channel? I'm going to sub to him.
Yeah,
He's Hoosier Patriot.
Yeah, she already did, or he or she. I don't know. I don't know if you're man or woman, but
I think it's a man.
So that's a pretty
Get pumped. You're
ran out
full
of
of
toilet
it.
paper right now.
I don't think that. I don't think
I'd use those.
that's somebody trying to aggravate but being nice. So that's okay. We'll let somebody that's nice. Listen, I had a troll that came around and decided they liked me and hung around, loyal follower, and never trolled me again. Isn't that something?
Yeah, I put up a video a few months ago of about the new Chinese missiles, the DF-41 and DF-17 missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was talking on the video, I said DF-17 when I meant DF-41. And I guess because I mentioned China, I had thousands of views from the Chinese, and they trolled me, and it went on for, I know, 2 or 3 months. And it was just awful.
Well, let me tell you, from the very first minute I pushed the button to go live on this laptop, hadn't had time to say anything wrong, anything to trigger. I have been trolled to death since I did my very first live, 1st of July last year. Started my channel June 11th, and it's probably 2 weeks I had that channel. Say 1st of July when I went live for the first time. Trolled to death, but we're just sending them back to the island of misfit toys and pray for them and move on. That's all we can do. But, buddy, I'll tell you what, my leg's starting to hurt me. I need to move it and get this laptop top off of it. I hate to be
Alrighty.
so old and crippled right now, but
Well,
I wouldn't have missed having you on for anything in the world. You
I
always
sure
have good
appreciate it.
information.
I try to stay knowledgeable.
I know
Doesn't
you
always,
do. And I
you know.
appreciate just when I need to call you or something, you'll talk to me.
Well,
Not
of
everybody
course.
will. I found a new little channel that I wanted to kind of adopt and try to help them get above their 1,000. And they
Mm-hmm.
went to the rally today and let me know right real quick that they had met a really big YouTube channel and they think right now they don't need me. If they think that somebody that's got 150 some thousand subscribers is going to fool with somebody that's got 500 subscribers,
Yeah.
let me tell me how you do it. It's what I want to know, other than, just part of Marv. But not everybody's like that at all,
Well, if
100%.
it
I'm
wasn't for
anxious to
you and Vlad, I'd still be down around 250.
listen. We
So
all need help. I had help. Listen,
yeah.
I had many, many, many channels helping me. And you and Typical American and Caliber Club and Virginia Prepper and Mississippi Prepper. And I mean, I could go on and on and on. The new, group of you all that I found because I decided, I
Mhm.
wanted more knowledge. I wanted to expand across the United States, not just, within one group of people. That's why I'm at 3,000 now.
Yeah.
Now, I had a really good call in tip about Virginia and called into Marv. And in a little less than a month, everybody kept watching that video. And I got 1,000 new subs just from that one call. But it was over,
Oh.
a month's period of time. So
Mm-hmm.
about half of my subscribers are from Marv, and then the other half are from other channels that have, helped me. And Homegrown USA got me over my first 1,000. Adam got me over my second 1,000, and then he got me over 3,000. So, I believe in paying it forward. And it just seems like once you get to a certain number, then people just start watching your replays and you just grow. So,
Yeah.
so that's what I want to do is help everybody. Now, listen, I know not everybody in here was subscribed to Who's Your Patriot. Drop that link again. It's got 886. How many did you have when we started?
871.
871. Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah. That's 15.
It's 15. I'd like to, gosh, can't we get him to at least 20 new subs?
Small town preparedness says he needs
14
more
subs
subscribers.
would get him to 900, and then we just need 100 more.
What have I done here?
I don't know, honey. What'd you do? We still hear you and see you.
Oh, I had a little icon following my cursor around.
Oh, okay. But you
What
should,
was?
I get good replays. You should get some subscribers on replay too.
Okay.
So,
All right.
we're
Well, I'll let
closer
you
than
go.
we were.
Small town, I'm
But
going to sub you just to help you out a little bit, do my part.
yeah, we all do that. And I go back through my replay, and especially if we've had a lot of trolls and the girls telling me about it, um, and people that talk about they have a channel. I subscribe. Lord, I'm almost subscribed 600 channels. Oh, now I do have my favorite channels. I make sure, that I watch and go in, thumbs up, give them view time, that kind of stuff. But I can't watch 600 channels, y'all. And it's not because of my YouTube channel, it's because of my life. I don't do anything through the day but my grandbaby when he's here. So, and my family. I'm almost 60. Let me tell you, family is important. So, all right. Well, I appreciate that. But you should get more on the replay too. So we're clicking it down slow but sure.
All righty.
But
I
honey,
sure
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Well, thank you
Thanks
for
for having
coming
me on.
on with me. Anytime.
More
I'll
than
have you
happy
on
to.
anytime. And
Okay.
Mississippi.
After I get over
Prep
1,000, I'll have you on.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Now, on your laptop, now that you have a laptop, you don't have
Yeah.
to have 1,000 to go live on your laptop. Did you
No, I
know
don't.
that?
No,
No.
I didn't.
Your 1,000 is
Okay.
only to go live remotely on your phone. You have a
Oh, well, that
laptop
makes
now,
sense.
you
Yeah.
can get
The other day I
StreamYard
was
and
trying to just do other day, I'm sorry. The other day I was trying to just do a video and it said go live and I didn't want to go live, but it completely screwed me up.
well,
So,
you can record or go live right now on your laptop before you get the 1,000. And you can
good to
get
know.
StreamYard and put these guys on with you. And
Okay.
Mississippi Prepper is wanting to go on and talk about some medical stuff. He's going to come on with me. And then Virginia Prepper's an awful nice guy. And then, all the other guys, they'll come on. You can put up to 5 people on the screen with you. And
Okay.
Southern Ohio Prepper, he's a real nice guy. Love his heart. Every time he invites me on screen with him, I've got something going on that I can't. But yeah, you can go live now. I'm glad you brought that up. Yay!
Okay.
And
Look
StreamYard's
into it.
awesome. Yeah, StreamYard's awesome and it's easy to work. I'd never seen it before. I'm a tech tard and I had this sucker going in 10 minutes and had Jay Stone on the phone and had her going in another 10 minutes. So it's real easy. It's great. And you don't have to pay for it.
All righty.
But appreciate you.
Awesome.
Love you. And glad you got a laptop. Glad you can go live.
Yeah.
And we're still going to be working on that 1,000. But now that you can go live, get StreamYard and get some of these other guys to come on with you and have their viewers
Yeah.
come over and know
Yep.
that you're there. And you should be able to get that last 100 and a few real quick. Do a
Alrighty.
panel. Have a bunch of us come on with a panel and have us to advertise it on our community tab that we're going to be live on your channel.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's how to do it.
Awesome.
We can get you that 100 probably in one night.
Probably so.
Yeah, let's plan on that.
Okay. Sounds
I'll
good
go
to
live
me.
with you instead of
All
going
that
live on
downloaded.
me.
Let
You
me
don't
get all that
download.
downloaded and everything
You
figured
don't have
out.
to download anything. You don't
You
download
don't
a
have to
thing.
you don't download
But
StreamYard?
no. You just
Hmm.
Google StreamYard, and now I save it on my homepage. So all I have to do is click on it and it'll come up to StreamYard homepage. But the way it works is
Okay.
you are logging into StreamYard's server. And every time you log out, which you have to every time or you get hacked, but when you go to log in the next time, you never have a password and they send you a key code. And you type in that key code. I have my email on my phone, so they email me my key code and I type that in and you hit create a broadcast and enter broadcast studio and that kind of thing. I can walk you through it in 2 seconds, but you don't have to
Okay.
have the app at all. You're in their server that they're supposed to have good and safe and secure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go.
Yay.
And
Love you.
I'll talk to you
Appreciate you.
soon.
Okay. We got to get you a
Night,
live.
everybody.
Let's do that. All right,
All right.
honey.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Just thought he's got a laptop now. He can go live. Yay. That's awesome. Yeah, I knew there was a problem there when somebody was telling me how much they love me. Not that somebody can't love me, but I didn't know that name. But I bought it for a minute because I've got some friends that would play that kind of trick on me, act crazy in chat. So did we miss any questions? And then I got too late and didn't bring Virginia Prepper on. And hey, Carrie, day late and a dollar short. Sorry, honey. Well, I'm still here for a minute or two. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Cherokee Moon. I have Cherokee blood in me. My great grandma. I don't know her name though because back then it wasn't a thing. You shouldn't marry Indians. Crazy. Back in the racist days, and they put on the marriage certificate my grandpa's name, and then where my grandma's name should have been, they put woman of Indian descent. So I don't even know her name. And didn't even bother to put woman of Cherokee Indian descent. I forget how the family figured that out. Yeah, homegrown. I mentioned homegrown. Small town preparedness. Am I already sub to you? No, I'm not. But I am now. Ring that bell. Where you at, small town preparedness? What state you in? What kind of Bible did I say I wanted? Did I say I wanted a Bible? Did I say I wanted a Bible? I love Bibles. I use King James Version Bible. Oh, you're in Ohio. You're one of my neighbors. All right. That's awesome. Scam family, how you doing? I want to try to go. I don't remember what I said about a Bible. I have of course, my Bible I use all the time, but I've got a couple small Bibles. I like to keep them in different preps and different places, uh, to make sure no matter where I'm at, my Bible in my truck's falling apart. Keep it in the door of my truck. I need to replace that poor old Bible. I've read it so much. That's why it's in my truck, because it's not used as much, and that poor Bible is in pieces. I wish I knew what Cherokee Moon. Let's talk about this, what it takes. But yeah, let me tell you, you don't have to worry about being fancy for a bathroom. And if you can't go outside for a while, you get you a 5-gallon bucket. Make sure you have heavy duty black trash bags, and you buy lime. Just like having an outdoor toilet. And you keep a scoop in that lime, and you do your business. And you, now the liquid part, I do it in something different and dump it outside. But the solid part, covered in lime, no smell. Do it again till you fill that up, and then take it outside and bury it. We need a troll knot. Yeah, I knew when I love West Virginia, I knew there's something wrong with Get Pumped. That's all right. Listen, it wouldn't be my show if we didn't have a couple of trolls. Not that I'm inviting you at all. Y'all can stay on Island Misfit Toys. Hey, Kathy B. Coming in late? Yes, you are. I had to put my glasses on. I saw a Kathy D, and I was looking for Kathy B. How are you doing, darling? Sorry you missed the show. We had Hoosier Patriot on. Good night, Barefoot Lass. Yeah, I'm going to shut this down. I didn't mean to go so long. Composting toilets. Yeah, there's all kinds. Listen, that's the easiest thing. Just get you some lime. Frank Vic. Yeah. My grandma had tapes. Of course, it was back when there was the little bitty, um, not 8 tracks, the other little tapes. And that the voice reading that, I loved listening to it. But I'd lay on the couch, she'd listen. Next thing I know, I'd hear her recliner kick down. She'd done fallen asleep in a recliner. I'd done fallen asleep on the couch. That man, listening to him read the Bible is just so relaxing. I'd just be right out. Doing great, good. Found a cousin that you've known for several months. Didn't know he was my cousin. Well, how awesome is that? That is great. Thank you, small town preparedness. CJ's awesome. Our other mod, Bones, is awesome. What most everybody I have has a channel. You can pick just about anybody. Oh, honey, scam family, I know. I feel bad. I do. Cassette tapes. That's it, Donna D. I swear. I'm glad y'all helped me with my words. I'm struggling right now. It'll get better. Don't panic. You're afraid to listen to the Bible alone. Don't trust them not to change anything. Well, you need to get somebody that has read the Bible that says that, they're reading from the King James that you trust. Several of the old time preachers. I bet you Billy Graham's got a Bible on DVD. Seems to me. I might be wrong. Well, my honey bunnies. Speaking of bathrooms, I wish my dog would hurry up, do his business. It's cold out here. Well, that's why I don't have a pet right now. I'm not able to take care of one. Cassette tapes. Of the tiger. I still have that one. Do you? All of mine are boxed up somewhere, but I don't know where they're at. I've got a cassette player somewhere. Samson, I thought you left. Left. I thought you left. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Well, listen, I'm going to tell y'all one more time. Um, how are you people are awake? Hey, Rudy, we're closing down, getting ready to go to bed, honey. Otherwise, Deborah, I love all you and praying for everyone here. Thank you, honey. Appreciate that. Had a fire at your courthouse. Let me tell you what. I don't know what y'all got going on in Kansas, but now I thought there was nothing but cornfields and an air base in Kansas and where people lived. I didn't know that Kansas is a hot mess. There is something going on we need to get the bottom of, girl. Sunny Jordan, good night, darling. But remember, Snafu Snaps in your prayers. Not going to discuss his personal business, but he is not feeling well, not feeling very well at all. So I really would appreciate if y'all would remember him in your prayers for his health. Don't understand that when we had the King James Bible, we were still under Roman rule. Where are the books of St. Thomas? I don't know. I'd like to have all the books. I would. So do me a favor and remember Snafu in your prayers. I could sit and read this chat all night. I'm going to have to stop reading this chat, y'all, because I've got to get this laptop off of my leg. But anyway, always remember, never be scared, no matter what circumstances are. Be prepared some way. If it's mentally, if it's food, water, just don't be scared. Just be prepared. Always remember, pray before you post or go live, and share the love. The truth will come, and never, ever, each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, and I really do. So thank you. Love you much. Until next time, hopefully Friday. I mean, Friday. Maybe Wednesday, but definitely Friday. How's that? All right. Love you all. Bye bye. It's not going to let me turn it off. There it goes.